it's time to talk about the third and final night of Ultima Lucha Dos Night Trace, the 2-hour season finale of Lucha Underground Season 2.
And a lot of stuff happened.
Yes.
There were more flips than... something really, really flippy.
Right. We
More
started
flips in a coin toss tournament.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
So we started off with a scene with Vampiro and Pentagon Jr. Vampiro saying that if Pentagon Jr. wanted to achieve the things that he was looking to do, namely getting revenge on Matanza and winning the championship, he needed to destroy the person that Matanza had destroyed before. The person that was broken. He needed to change. He needed to become something darker, in which we saw this strange situation where Pentagon walked into a cave and fought many different forms of himself, and essentially destroying Pentagon Jr. and becoming Pentagon Dark.
Yes. And then he had to blow out a candle.
That was the
Happy new birthday. Happy rebirth day.
There you go. But our first match of the night was for the Trios Championships as the Worldwide Underground Jack Evans.
AKA Team Dick Kick.
Yes. Johnny Mundo and Jack Black took on...
PJ Black.
Jack Black.
Pajama Black.
And Jack Evans. Jack Black. That's their tag team. They would take on the...
Did you just ship them?
I did. 'Cause that's the only way I'm going to like Jack Evans after this match. They would take on Lucha Underground's version of the Super Friends, what Vampiro called them, Fire, Space, and Fury, that being Aerostar, Phoenix, and Drago. Jack Evans, bro, why? Why are you... Twice! He tried to shove his fingers up people's asses.
The innovator of anal offense.
Everyone else was awesome. I was really perturbed at that whole Jack Evans thing, but everyone else was fucking killing it. Aerostar was probably more on point than I've ever seen him in a match before.
Yeah.
He was hitting a lot of his spots really flush. Phoenix was...
He hasn't had a lot of matches in Lucha Underground this season.
Not this... Yeah, his story started more of the background, more of the... I'll talk about the tribes.
Yeah.
And so his whole quest kind of got taken off balance when he jumped into the feud, teaming with Drago to take on PJ Black and Jack Evans. But yeah, no, this was an extremely clusterfucky match.
Yes.
Because the referee could not for the life of him get control of this match. He tried...
That's why he's upside down in the corner.
Yes, he tried, and he tried, and he tried, and it just kept falling apart.
Eventually he just got hurt.
Yeah, he got taken out, and then there was like multiple times where it was like, oh this big move, and Johnny completely screwed over Phoenix and was pinning him, and then the ref got up, and then there was a kick out, and then they actually ended up kicking the referee and knocking him down again, and then there's this more and more chaos in this match. And what eventually happens is we have Johnny Mundo he's going for the end of the world on Phoenix, I believe, and he's standing up on the top rope, and the man that was injured earlier in the season, unfortunately not being able to defend his Trios Championship, that being Angelico, returns and whacks the shit out of Johnny Mundo with one of his crutches. Then PJ and Jack get taken out by Drago and Aerostar, respectively. We get a few more just vicious crutch shots from Angelico.
And it breaks one of the crutches on him.
The second one just breaks right over. Johnny was just messed up after the match. He He didn't have
Many
a good
months.
time. Then Phoenix.
He went to the back of Johnny Moon, though.
Then Phoenix runs and does this flying kick to the back of Johnny's head, picks him up off the turnbuckle, hits him with a sit-out pile driver, and he, Aerostar, and Drago are now the Trios champions.
Hey, good for them.
Fucking insane match to start off the night.
Yeah.
Then we go into the debut of...
But wait, there's more!
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. We go into the debut of Black Lotus, taking on a man that we've seen really progress and become a really fun entity to watch in the Lucha Underground, that being Dragon Azteca Jr. And this was Black Lotus's debut. She's been in Lucha Underground since episode 1 of season 1, and this is her first match.
Yeah.
And
so there's been a lot of build heading towards this one.
Yeah, no, it's been all the question, like what is she capable of? Is she capable in the ring? Yeah.
Based off of what we had seen previously, though, in the likes of her WWE career,
Where she was a backstage interviewer in ECW, she did a bikini challenge a couple times, and that was about it.
she was the ring announcer for the first season of NXT.
Yeah, that was about it. But as far as her in-ring stuff, her and Dragon Azteca killed it.
Yeah.
I thought they played off of each other very well. It helps that Dragon Azteca is as talented as he is, so he's really able to sell different things. But I mean, the stuff that she was doing on her own, she was on point.
Yeah.
I appreciated what she brought. I mean,
I was pleasantly surprised.
she had a great step up enziguri on the outside. She was rolling with the dives really well. She was able to play off Dragon Azteca really well, but there wouldn't be a winner.
Yeah.
Because Pentagon Dark would come in and attack both of them.
Broken their arms.
Broke both their arms, hit the package pile driver on Dragon Azteca, just ruining both of them and the match, declaring himself as Pentagon Dark, and
with a awesome promo. If you're one of those people that don't mind subtitles.
Yeah, no, it was his intensity. I don't care that I don't understand Spanish. Just the intensity that he brought and being able to read what he was saying, it was awesome. Very enjoyable promo. I really believe this has been his first real major intense promo. He had the one where he called out Matanza initially, and then even demanded the match against Matanza. But I felt like this was his first real promo.
Yeah, this is the first big promo he's done since season 1.
Yeah. And so I feel like he really believes being this character, Pentagon Dark. And so he pretty much demands that, the match is going to happen now.
Yeah.
That if we're not going to wait till later, it's going to happen now. And you see Vampiro is excited. He's standing up. His demeanor changes instantly, and him and Stryker are still doing commentary, but it feels like Stryker's kind of doing it by himself, and he's just kind of getting little comments from Vampiro. Vampiro's just enjoying this so much, and
Melissa also changed a little bit because she's scared of Pentagon.
Yeah,
and so she decided that it'd be better than pissing him off would be announcing the match.
Yeah, she's like, okay, here's Pentagon, and then here comes Matanza, and the first 80% of this match.
I almost said 90.
Okay, we can go. We'll compromise 85.
Yeah, we can just say 85% of this entire match was Pentagon whipping the shit out of Matanza. Pillar to post.
We've seen Matanza in multiple matches this season, going against people like Cage. We thought Cage gave him the biggest beating of his Lucha Underground career, but he actually got offense off on Cage during that onslaught.
Yeah.
Pentagon was whooping the shit out of him and was not letting him do anything. Dario's getting nervous on the outside. He keeps like trying to just inspire Matanza to do something, and it's just not working.
Yeah, he's using all the different trigger words he could think of.
Anything
like breaking him, or remember the mother,
Yeah.
or banana hammock.
Eventually Matanza, then I guess he finds his stride somehow. He's able to get an advantage again because at this point
Because he does. My assumption is because he doesn't like being murdered.
Oh.
Makes him think, oh, I should actually start fighting back. Like,
I mean, that makes sense. But yeah, so at this point, everything has been used in like they've been slamming each other into walls. They've been using chairs. Just anything is allowed at this point. So then it gets to just a knockdown, drag out fight. You get Matanza starts coming. They start hitting each other as fucking hard as they can. Pentagon's hitting his chops. He actually like took his glove off and did a cool little toss to Vampiro, and then just chopping the shit out of him.
Vampiro gave him a barbed wire covered baseball bat.
Yeah, that's where the game really changed. Is like, okay, chair's not working. He's trying to fight back. Well, now I'm going to use something sharp and I'm going to tear this motherfucker apart. But eventually, after using it a couple times, Dario decides I'm going to get involved, and I'm gonna try and help Matanza. He ends up on his face with his arm getting ready to get snapped in two, but this is enough of a distraction to let Matanza grab the barbed wire bat, hit Pentagon in the back, and then end up hitting Wrath of the Gods and defeating Pentagon Dark and retaining the Lucha Underground Championship. And so then you get this really awkward moment where Vampiro was so sure that this was going to win the match. This was how Pentagon would become champion.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And he gets in the ring and he tries to he tries to help him up. Pentagon wants nothing to do with him. He keeps pushing him away. He ends up storming off. And then we get the really awkward moment again as Vampiro joins the commentary table again. He actually takes a couple of the pills, which we thought he threw all of them away last week when he said he was going to get Pentagon ready. He starts taking a couple of...
Apparently he saved some.
He starts taking a couple, and as we're setting up to watch Taya versus Ivelisse, he takes a few, and he keeps telling Stryker that he'll be with him in a second. He's got to like collect himself. And this is the greatest thing about Vampiro is that after a few moments, he's right back into regular weekly Vampiro doing commentary.
Yeah.
He is able to switch on a dime, and it really sells that character, which is so much fun to watch. But yeah, so we go into the perfect woman versus the baddest bitch, and these ladies didn't pull any punches.
No, they fought all over the arena.
Yeah, they
at one point were up at about the 6th or 7th step up the stairs.
Yes.
And they like cartwheel dove off of the stairs together onto the floor.
Yeah. I don't think did they hit any stairs?
No, they just went to a double head smash on the ground.
Ivelisse was jumping out of the stands onto Taya. It was. I can't say it was a strong match, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, no, and it really was. I think it was a fight. It wasn't really a match.
Yeah,
it was
very much a fight.
These two women had so much animosity between each other.
Yeah.
That it was going to be a fight.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you're trying to prove who's the baddest bitch.
Yeah.
You fight. You don't see who can do a prettier head scissors.
Yeah.
Or who can come up with a more creative submission hold. You're gonna slam your opponent on the bleachers.
Yeah. And that's exactly what they did for quite a while. And then it looked like Ivelisse was pretty much in control. She looked like she was getting ready to finish it off. Lights went out. Lights came back on, and Katrina was there. And oh my God, that I hope we have a picture because, good Lord. Anyway, aside from that, she ends up hitting. Say it. You know it.
Double underhook. Sit out inverted atomic drop.
Yeah, on Ivelisse, and
I'm gonna call it the Death Becomes Her.
ooh, I like it. It's a good one.
It's a goofy as fuck movie.
Yeah, no, I know the movie. It's a funny movie. Lights go out again. They come back on. By the way, the referee, I believe, was knocked out because he had no clue. Because when the lights came back on, he was like groggy and was like getting up. So something happened to the referee, and I missed whatever it was. But the lights came back on, and Katrina was up on top of Dario's office at this point. And so the referee like comes to, and he sees that both of them are down. Taya gets up, hits a Northern Lights suplex, then hits a double stomp, and pins Ivelisse, and Taya wins the match. Then the lights went out again, and Katrina appeared in the ring again, and said, "Death comes for everyone, even you, bitch." And then does the sexiest lick of death of all time, licking all the way up Ivelisse's face, and then shoving Ivelisse's face into her tits. Thank you, Lucha Underground. So we can pretty much
Where was this during the Mickey James Trish Stratus feud?
Right. We can pretty much guarantee that that'll be a storyline heading into season 3. And so we'll see where that goes. But then switching gears into our main event, the Prince versus El Rey, Prince Puma versus Rey Mysterio. Wow.
If there was ever any indicator, if anyone ever needed any proof that Rey Mysterio can still go, that match was it.
And if anyone needed any reminder of how good Prince Puma, aka Ricochet, is.
Wait, what? Prince Puma is Ricochet?
He's got all the same tattoos.
I just thought that was coincidence.
Nope.
He even had a really convincing Spanish accent.
This match would prove that, as if any of his other matches haven't. They went back and forth this entire match. There wasn't a time where I felt like one of them had the advantage over the other.
There was at one point like towards the beginning where Puma was being a little disrespectful and Rey got pretty physical at one point, and I thought he had a little bit of an upper hand there. But this was like tit for tat, move for move.
It was
like who can fucking be the greatest of all time apparently.
This was the lucha of all luchas.
Yeah, Rey with the reverse Rana off the ropes.
Holy shit.
That was intense.
The head scissors to the outside. The head scissors off of the apron to the outside.
Puma with a picture perfect springboard 450.
Yeah.
450, not 630. Matt Striker, don't be Michael Cole.
We can give Matt Striker a break. That's like the one thing he called wrong.
Yeah,
though he did say it twice. So yeah, we'll leave it at that.
He gave Rey Mysterio the lumbar check.
Yeah, a beautiful blue thunder bomb. Just both of them, this was so much fun to see Rey Mysterio just be Rey Mysterio again. Because it's been so long since he's been able to fly like this and just kind of let loose. And, he's got so many injuries, it was cool to see him just kind of put it all out there.
Yeah, and it's just being, on American television specifically, because before Lucha Underground, the last time he's been on was WWE.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like WWE wanted him to put on more size, which on his frame made him more injury prone.
Yeah.
Because more weight, he's used to working at that, like, you know, 100 and something pound frame versus WWE trying to make it beef up. And
I think
it's putting more weight on a body that's used to being able to fly and crash and burn because there's not all that meat being thrown around.
Yeah, I think in WWE he topped out at like 185 at one point.
So they say, but he looked bigger than that to me.
It's hard to tell on cruiserweights.
Yeah. But seeing him, like, back to probably at his age, the closest he can get to, you know, where he was in WCW size, it allows Rey Mysterio to wrestle like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Not that he didn't look physically destroyed afterwards, because we see him walk away after the match, and he is very much in pain.
Oh yeah, even after the last move, and he's like to go to the finish here real quick.
Yeah, sure. So after spot after spot, both of them trying to hit their finishers.
Ray goes for a 619. Puma catches it. Puma ends up for his own 619.
Puma. Puma
for the
had
323.
Yeah, Puma had missed the 630 earlier, so yeah, he goes and he hits the 323, and then misses the 630, and then it's back and forth, and then he sets him up for the lung blower that he does, where he lays out, and then as he's got the feet up on his shoulders, he brings the knees up into the person's chest. But Ray turns that into his own, like, fucking out of nowhere destroyer.
Yeah, like a tombstone destroyer.
Which what the fuck? Puma hits, drags himself over the ropes, perfect position. Ray hits the 619, then goes up to the top rope, and for the first time in fucking ever, hits the West Coast pop.
Yeah.
The flying Hurricane Rana, I guess it's Frankensteiner, because it doesn't throw the person. That's you talked about that earlier today. So yeah, the top rope, fucking flying Frankensteiner. Rey Mysterio picks up the win, and shit!
Through the legs into the pin.
The fucking absolutely perfect, and he hasn't done that since like his first couple of years in WWE.
Yeah, because eventually it turned into like just a regular Rana, and then after that it turned into the senton.
Yeah.
And then after that it turned into just a splash.
Yeah, splash. So
or a splat.
He did that too, where he slid out of the ring and fucking slammed onto Puma. He hits that really fucking hard. So Rey Mysterio does defeat Prince Puma, and we have a moment where
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is after the finish, Rey's on his knees. And Puma kind of walks up on him like he's going to like maybe attack him or maybe help him up. And then like when Rey tries to rock himself up onto his toes to stand up, like he can't fully stand up straight with his feet planted on the ground. He actually had to stay on the balls of his feet to stand up straight.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, he was having some back pains.
Yeah, so they have the respectful moment. They hug, and Rey, despite winning the match, leaves Puma to the ring. He says, these are your people, these are your fans, this is your moment, despite winning the match. So he walks up, he does one little play to the crowd up on the stairs, but lets Puma kind of take in the moment that he just fucking killed it with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
So a fantastic way to finish off Lucha Underground. We're getting a goodbye message from the commentators. Stryker saying thank you to everyone for making Season 2 awesome. We look forward to Season 3. But then before we can sign out, a barbed wire bat comes from the crowd and cracks Vampiro in the back. Then we see Pentagon Dark hit a super kick on Matt Stryker and proceed to pretty much, not to the point of death, but in a sense massacre Vampiro.
Yeah, he carves his face open with the barbed wire bat. And basically is making an example out of Vampiro.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, guess what? You were the teacher, but when you were the teacher, I didn't win. So now guess what? I'm going to be the teacher, and I'm going to apparently eat people's blood.
Yeah, no, it like 3 different times he wiped Vampiro's blood off of his forehead and licked it, and it just like the crowd was so fucking into it.
Yeah,
he's such
it said that his blood will feed him.
Yeah, and so it kind of begs the question: the storyline going forward, are we going to get Vampiro getting a new student? Are we going to see Pentagon take a student of his own? Are we going to see a rematch between Vampiro and Pentagon?
I hope that one.
I mean, that's what a lot of people were kind of hoping for this year, just because of how much fanfare that match got last year.
Yeah.
So a very dark way to finish the in-ring business of Lucha Underground. But our final video is Dario Cueto being escorted into a van by the police. He's in handcuffs. We see, the cameras watching him in the back of the police van.
They're pulling away from the
temple.
temple.
Yeah, pulling away.
You see the big sign, the Lucha Underground sign in the window.
Yeah, like cop cars following behind. And as the flashing police lights and the street lights are going over, you see Dario look up to the camera and smile. And that is how we leave Lucha Underground Season 2.
To be continued.
To be continued. I can only imagine where we go from here.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing. Because, I mean, there's a similarity to how we left Season 1 with Dario Cueto leaving the temple.
Yeah. The only real difference we got from that to now is we know there's a Season 3, so they didn't have to do the whole
huge
like the
video.
outro video to say, okay, if we don't come back, this is where everyone is, or if we do come back, this is where everyone's going to be. We kind of know the landscape, and so we can expect it to pick right up when we hit Season 3.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, though, when Season 3 kicks back on, who's going to be in charge of the temple? If Cueto stays arrested, if he stays in jail, does Katrina go back to being the one in charge?
I think
that could be a thing. But then it also goes to like the question of who's going to control Matanza. Because
maybe Lotus. I don't know if Lotus would have the ability to do that.
No, I don't think anybody has the ability to do that. So, are we going to have Matanza now as like the rabid dog off a leash?
Yeah,
at
we're
this
here.
point.
Well, and talk about rabid dogs. What can we expect from Pentagon? Like Pentagon just randomly attacked both Lotus and Dragon Azteca, and then destroyed Vampiro. So I mean, we've got so many people that can do what. I mean, it's gonna be chaos at this point, and I think.
Or maybe what about the police? What if maybe in order to keep Lucha Underground going, one of the police chiefs or whatever ends up taking over the temple?
Well, and okay. Well, going to that, we have the guy that Dario paid is pretty much he's paying the guy to keep the temple running, but this is also the guy who's trying to get Joey Ryan and Cortez Castro's captain to call off the
case against Dario.
The investigation. Now that the investigation has led to the arrest of Dario Cueto, are we going to see that guy and maybe the guy that he works for? Because the last time we saw him,
city councilman or whatever.
Well, no, it's not the city council. That's who he used to work for, like a governor.
Yeah.
Or like the mayor or something. And he says, oh no, the person I work for now is way more powerful than that. So where is that power? Because the last time we saw that guy, he was in the back of the limo saying, I think it's time. So are we going to see that person, whomever that may be, come in and start running things in the temple? Or there's so many questions, so many different ways this can go.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But for the time being, this is going to be the last time Lucha Underground is on the Wrestling Rundown.
Yeah, so...
for the foreseeable future until Season 3 shows up.
Yep, so midweek wrap-ups will be just a little bit shorter. Maybe we'll throw Cruiserweight Classic in, maybe. It'll probably stay its own thing, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll start doing something extra on the midweek wrap-up. But for now, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Be sure to comment, what was your favorite part of Ultima Lucha Dos? Go through all the matches. Was it Sexy Star winning the Gift of the Gods Championship? Is it the reveal of Pentagon Dark? Is it the arrest of Dario Cueto? What do you think is going to happen next in Season 3? No spoilers. Don't do that shit.
If you post a spoiler, we will eliminate you.
Yeah. Be sure to click all the links down in the description. It'll take you to all of our social media. Also, for those of you that want podcast versions of our regular reviews, you can find that down in the description. For those of you
The
watching,
one called SoundCloud.
For those of you that are watching the videos, which that would be all of you that are watching right now, you can check the playlist for all of the extra videos. Obviously, we got a 2-part midweek wrap-up this week just because Ultima Lucha was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
On top of that, on top of all of our regular reviews, including the draft, we have the CWC Episode 2 coming up next. And then at the end of the week, we're going to have Battleground predictions. And we'll be starting next week's episode with Battleground Review. Or, no, actually, that'll probably be the second video. It'll be right after Indian News. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see.
And don't forget our other channel, too.
Yeah,
Reasonable
Wrestling Fans. We're going to be getting some more videos up there now. We got a Fantasy Warfare. We got a reaction video, me and Kevin Hawk. We decided it was a good idea to watch the Final Deletion. By the way, person that tried to comment on that and saying that the Final Deletion made more sense than the compound fight between the Wyatts and the New Day. Where's your comment, bro? Anyway, also...
did they take it down after they put a comment up?
No, they just didn't comment back to what I said to them. So.
Oh.
Shots fired, bro! Also...
Bang, bang,
also,
bang.
Also,
we're so gangsta over here.
What? Keyboard Warriors! You can also check out the first rant
Club.
first rant from Thomas Wolfe. We'll be getting more up there very soon. We've had a lot of review stuff that we got to get up. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck Jack Evans?
Fuck Jack Evans.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody else with his hand.